Hello, everybody. Welcome to Hearing Homework. In case you guys haven't noticed, I got a little haircut. It's all gone. Most of it is gone. The back is gone. Can't see the hair kind of peeking from behind my neck anymore. It's all gone. So sorry if I look a little scary, because changes can be scary sometimes. But um, In this video's hearing homework, I want to go over a record that most people will cite as the start of it all, of rock and roll as we know it, experimental noise, um, music as we know it. Um, what else? Everything. It's the genesis of everything. Obviously, I'm talking about the 1967 album by the Velvet Underground. They're self titled with NICO. Um, I got my copy in Louisville at this record store called Matt Anthony's Record Shop. Really neat, small little record store. Um, they've got a lot of really good secondhand albums. If you love Beatles, if you love Rolling Stones, all that jazz, all that 70s shit, they've got a bunch of that. And it's a neat little spot. Would totally recommend it. That's where I got my copy. It was like $30. It's 180 gram. It's new. No original Velvet Underground self-titled debut pressings in my house because those probably go for maybe $10,000. um, but anyways, um, I couldn't tell you the first time I listened to this. I don't know when. Um, Probably 2 years ago. I don't remember having any mind blowing experiences with it. I probably actually found it very. I was probably very unimpressed. If I had to guess, what I was thinking after I listened to it for the first time, um, because with a lot of very influential '60s albums like this one, um, I guess sophomore year high school me was always expecting something a little bigger. Um, and I think this one kind of didn't really blow my mind out of the water per se, mainly because I don't think myself back then understood what makes something the groundwork of a genre of music that I love. Of course, this isn't going to sound like the rock music that I would love listening. I loved listening to at that point of my life because this was the blueprint. So they hadn't explored everything yet, but they had explored just enough to influence people that I had listened to in sophomore year. I can tell you who I listened to. I was very much into post rock. As ashamed as I am to say that, I'm not even gonna name any bands because I'll probably still talk about them in future episodes. Um, there's this weird thing that's freaking covering the screen. I wish it wouldn't do that. Oh look, it zoomed me in. Um, Anyways, yes, Velvet Underground debut. I love this album. This is one of my favorite albums of all time. Uh, I would probably deem it. I would say it's almost unreviewable. Just the huge, or just the large amount of artistic expression that is throughout the songs on this album is so monumental that I don't think I could put it I don't think I could ever put it really into words. You really have to listen to it to really understand it because there are things that are done on this album that almost still feel like new ideas today. Um, just the noise inspiration, the distortion, the attitude, the punk, the swagger in Lou Reed's voice, in the songwriting, sort of the dark tinge that is kind of placed along with most of the words that Lou Reed sings on this album. Sort of the light and dark aspect is pretty big. on the music on this record. All of that is such important ideas in music. And to say that this is one of the first albums to have ever done that is almost insane to say. Like, I feel like you can't really culminate all of that into one piece of work that has been released. But yet, this exists. So I guess if we were to think of a reference point, this baby would be a pretty fair one. Um, but um, I guess I will show off the sleeve design. Um, as you may have noticed, this dude's name, Andy Warhol, I don't know if you've heard of him. Surely he's not in the band. He's not. In fact, I don't think he knows what an instrument is because he also produced this entire album. And this particular Velvet Underground album and particular album in history is known to have not great production. The quality of audio is not the best. So getting it on vinyl is almost kind of contradictory, or I guess is ironic the right word? Because you buy vinyl to hear that crisp sound, that excellent balance of low and high noise and middle and tempo, whatever, treble, whatever. Um, and if the album sounds like shit already, then what's the point? But I like how it sounds. I think the low quality recording of all these songs elevate just the feeling and emotional impact in especially the songwriting, especially Lou Reed's writing throughout the entire album. I think the low quality, still ambitious, um, but almost I don't want to say shallow. It's kind of it's kind of contradictory when you Lou Reed's very in-depth songwriting and the very shallow sounding recording. It's a pretty cool mix, I would say. But anyways, this copy, let me go over it. This iconic Banana album cover. I will never peel it because you can peel slowly and see. I'm never gonna see. I know there's a pink banana underneath. If I ever get another copy, then I will. But I'm keeping this as is. Um, this is the back. This is a photograph of the band. I will introduce them now. Lead songwriter and vocalist, and a guitar player, Lou Reed, right here. Then John Cale, he plays bass and he plays viola, and he might also have a couple writing credits. I'm not too sure. Um, and I think he plays piano as well. Um, and then I think this is. Hold on, let me see. Okay, this is Sterling Morrison. He is the lead guitarist, and he is a god, and I will explain why later. Um, sorry. This might be Mo Tucker. She's the drummer. I would categorize her more as a percussionist because her drumming style is so unique and is so unlike most drummers that you have probably heard. Um, it's hard to label her as a drummer when she's just so creative with the way I guess, what's the word? Emphasizes the way she plays and not just the formulaic snare, tom, cymbal. She really utilizes the toms. Like it's almost she has a very tribal sounding playing style. And then there's also kind of close up photos. Sterling Morrison, Lou Reed, John Cale, Mo Tucker, and NICO. She is the female vocalist and sort of the a big part of the image that Velvet Underground was. She was put into the band because of Andy Warhol. Um, Obviously, since it wasn't a unanimous band decision to have her within the group, everybody was kind of, especially Lou Reed, obviously, because that's just him. Um, but her contributions to the music are are just as important as the songwriting and influence. Her songs on here are also great. Um, anyways, I'm gonna open it up because it is a gatefold, and I'll go over it pretty quickly because I want to get to the songs. This is Andy Warhol with a tambourine. Almost reminds me of a picture of like Liam Gallagher from Oasis. Mo Tucker, Sterling Morrison. The Velvet's use of the sunglasses. They wear sunglasses in all these different band photos. You would think that they are the first people to have ever worn sunglasses. They make it look so cool. I wish I had my sunglasses with me. I would have totally wore them. Man, what a missed opportunity. Um, but yeah, this is a bigger kind of landscape photo of them playing live. They were part of Andy Warhol's Plastic Inevitables over sensory experiment performance that contain colors, projections, dancers, loud music, loud visuals, and Velvet Underground, which I guess you would say they are the loud music. But anyways, uh, NICO, John Cale, and then this really nice photo of Lou Reed with his dirty curly hair. Um, and within the gatefold, there are also reviews from the time of them being in Andy Warhol's Plastic Inevitables. I will read my two favorite reviews. This first one is from Jonas Mekas Jonas Mekas, Mekas, from the Village Voice. He says, "Suddenly the intermedia shows are all over town. The Velvet Underground performances at the Dom during the month of April provided the most violent, loudest, and most dynamic exploration platform for this new art. Theirs remains the most dramatic expression of the contemporary generation, the place where its needs and desperations are most dramatically split open. At the Plastic Inevitable, it is all here and now and the future." Quite poetic, Jonas. Not super, but a tinge. Um, Now the second one is from Los Angeles Times, LA Times. They said, not since the Titanic ran into the iceberg has there been such a collision as when Andy Warhol's exploding plastic inevitable burst upon the audiences at the Trip Tuesday. From once a happening really happened. Cool. And it took Warhol to come out from New York to show how it's done. The Velvet Underground is so far out that it makes the tremendous thumping beat of the great groovy group which opened the program sound passe. Passe with a little thing on top. I don't know how to say it. Passe. I'll say passe. Um, very cool, LA Times. I like the way it's worded. The happening is, or the happening really happened. It sure did. This is a Verve pressing, by the way. I think that's what label they were on. I think that's the original label they were on, was Verve. But yeah, okay. The music. That's right. There's songs on here, isn't there? Sunday Morning, as an opener, very delicate song. It's the only song that wasn't produced by Andy Warhol, so it like sounds good quality wise. John Cale's bass playing on that song in particular is genius. Lou Reed's very feminine voice is so nice. He sings so well. Sunday Morning, bring the dawn in. Our Sunday morning, bring the dawn in. It's just helpless feeling by my side. The lyrics are very simple. It's a very poppy song. And I don't know if it's xylophone or vibraphone or what. Maybe it says. Let me see. I don't know. It's some percussive instrument. It adds this shininess to the instrumental of the song. It feels like stars. You're listening stars glistening in the sky. But it's Sunday morning, so why are there stars in the sky? So it has to be something else. I think it's just supposed to sound kind of magical, kind of enchanting, because Sunday morning is kind of like this glorious day. It's the Lord's day. The sun is rising. It's a gorgeous song. It really is. It's one of the more lyrically simple songs. Sunday morning rain, the dawn. I always had a lyric sheet. Um, uh, I'm trying to. I don't know. I don't even know how to move on from song to song. I guess I'll talk about "Waiting for My Man" or "Waiting for the Man." This is the first song I'd say that really represents the Velvet's sound. Um, I guess besides John Cale's like amazing contributions. This is where Lou Reed really shines. He's talking about a drug deal, a heroina exchange. He's waiting for the man. He's all dressed in black with a straw hat. Um, it thumps. There's a rumble to the song. Um, but it's a dun 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 dun, and the piano usage throughout these songs are also really great, especially on All Tomorrow's Parties. That kind of running piano, that running piano line is hypnotizing. Waiting for the Man is an amazing song. It's a rush, it's a heartbeat, and it's racing. It's very intense, very aggressive. I love Lou Reed's songwriting on that song. I love his prioritization of singing about the human condition, the human experience, the kind of characters he kind of indirectly makes up. Sometimes he alludes to characters, sometimes he flat out introduces them as such. Waiting for the Man is sounds biographical. It sounds very personal, but it is Lou Reed is such an insane person that it almost sounds like fantasy. But when he sings it, it sounds real. Lou Reed, he is great, and his vocals. There's a swagger to his vocals that I dig so much. Um, I love him as a vocalist. Just that swagger, man. It rips. I dig it a lot. Um, Waiting for the Man is great. What's the next one? It's not. Let me see. It's either Femme Fatale. Yeah, it is Femme Fatale. That is a NICO sings that song. Such a delicate song. And the low end is mixed super high. Um, Here she comes. She's gonna break your heart in two. It's true, 'cause everybody knows she's a femme fatale. The things she does to please, she's such a little tease. See the way she walks, see the way she talks. Um, NICO singing the song is very important to note, especially with the lyrics. Because she's talking of another woman, but the song was so clearly written by a man. But it's a very interesting perspective to have a female sing the song about another female. Um, it's just a song about yearning for a female, but the female has a bit of mystery that you almost don't even want to touch. It's such a mystery you don't even want to find out. You don't even want to find it out. You just want to let it. It's scary. It's there's a very eerie feeling to it. It's fatal. It's in the song name. So even though the instrumentally it sounds very delicate, very soft, there is a bit of a darker meaning within the song, and you can say that for a lot of the Velvet Underground songs, specifically on this album. After Femme Fatale, I'm pretty sure it's Run Run Run, but I'm gonna make sure so I don't look like an idiot. I swear to God, I've listened to it. I listened to it just now. No, shoot, it's Venus and Furs. Oh my God, what a fucking evil song, Venus and Furs. Um, Tribal, Mo Tucker's percussion, doom, 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 and oh my, this is where John Cale's viola playing really shines. It's a drone. You know drone music? Velvet Underground, they may have created it, maybe they haven't. I'm not saying anything. Obviously I am, but I'm not saying anything. You know, I'm saying anything, but I'm not saying anything. Anything specific at least. I'm just saying that John Cale's viola playing it feels like a laser. It is just a laser throughout the entire song. It is so mesmerizing. It gives this edge to the song that is so scary. Venus and Furs um, was written based off of a novel by the same name, and it's a very sexually explicit novel delving into the idea of masochism, um, which is so unique. People were not writing about stuff like that at the time. That's why Lou Reed is so fucking cool. To me, at least, you could call it pretentious. Just write about love, man. Um, this is love, but a very um, kinky, abusive. But the abuse is nice. People like it in the song. Um, shiny, shiny, shiny boots of leather. Something's good charms in the dark. It comes from bells. Something don't forsake him. Strike, dear mistress, and cure his heart. I love this line. I am. Oh, what is it? I am tired, and I am weary. Dun dun dun. I could sleep for 1,000 years. 1,000 dreams that would awake me, different colors made of tears. Boom. Um, shine the earth, something boot. Shine the boot of shiny, shiny leather. Um, just a very evil song. It just sounds like a very hellish, but it's awesome. It's a really awesome song. Um, Next is Run Run Run. In terms of low quality recording, this is probably one of the lowest quality recordings objectively on the album. Um, but this is where Lou Reed's songwriting really goes into more direct characters. And Seasick Sally had a golden nose. Something, something, something. You better run, 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 run. Take a drag or two. Run, 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 run. Gypsy death in you. Say what you do. He mentions gypsy death, which might be like hippie culture dying, counterculture, shit like that. The counter to the counterculture, which is important to note. Um, but yeah, Run Run Run. It's also I should also probably mention Sterling Morrison's guitar playing. He is brilliant. The guitar lines on every single guitar line is so badass, brilliantly played, brilliantly thought of. The guitar tone is twangy. It is such a Velvet Underground guitar tone. Like they established that so quickly with their first album. Just they're playing. Sterling Morrison's playing very aggressive, wow 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 playing, if that makes sense. There's just an energy about it that is so identifiable with the Velvet Underground. Um, but yeah, Sterling Morrison, he's God. Um, and Run 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 is a great example of that, especially with the feedback led solos. That's another thing. The feedback is like maybe 50% of the solos, the guitar solos on this album, but it's still so badass, so cool. Um, After Run 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 is All Tomorrow's Parties. That's another NICO led song. She sings. And it reminds me of Venus and Furs just of how tribal it sounds. I don't know what the song means. All I know instrumentally, it's slow. It builds kind of into nothing, but that's the point. Um, but yeah, it's a brilliant song. I love the main piano line that I mentioned previously. It's amazing. Um, and that's the end of side A. After side A, side B opens with Heroin. A lot of people know that song. A lot of people love that song. Um, Heroin, I know a story that hold on. I'm gonna pause real quick. I just had to plug in my phone real quick. Heroin, I know the story is that Mo Tucker, the drummer, she didn't know that the final take was even being recorded, and she also couldn't even hear what the others were playing. So that heartbeat drums from her was very unintentional. She was just trying to play the song right. Um, I don't know what else to say about Heroin besides listen to it. It's exactly how it sounds. It's a heroin rush. You inject the needle in your veins, feel like a god. Uh, yeah, that's it. And then after heroin is one of my favorite songs. Um, what is it? There she goes again, stuck on the joint again. I love that song. I heard. I watch a bunch of Velvet Underground documentaries. I heard the intro, the dun 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 dun. That came from a Marvin Gaye song. I don't know if it was a specific Marvin Gaye song, but it was inspired by Marvin Gaye, which is really cool. But I love that song. There she goes again. She's out on the streets again. Take a look, there's no tear in her eyes. Like a bird, you know she will fly. What can you do? You see her walking on down the street. All your friends that you're gonna meet. You better hit her. Dun 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 dun. It's a really badass song. I love the guitar playing on that song. I love the rhythm, the fast and slow speed change is really great. I think it's done brilliantly. Very underrated too. Um, what's next? I'll Be Your Mirror. Another NICO led song. Beautiful. The idea of someone being your mirror. Reflect what you are. That's beautiful. The guitar playing is also just gorgeous. Um, and then the next song is, what's it called? Gypsy Death. um, the Black Angels Death song. That's another really low quality recording. It's very poetic. Lou Reed's songwriting is really nice on it. That's probably my favorite part. But I love the way he says "What I did to lose." That's probably one of my favorite parts. And then European Sun, an absolute insane closer. Um, the opening bass line, do 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 do, amazing. One of my favorite bass lines probably ever. In the intertwining guitars, you know the static on a TV. At a certain point in the song, the guitars sound like that. Like it just feels like static. Um, and then there's this like bottle breaking or like window breaking that is mixed so much higher than all the instruments, and it scares the shit out of you, and then it leads into the fucking static guitars with I'm guessing it's Sterling Morrison and Lou Reed playing together perpendicular to each other. But it's an amazing song, an amazing closer. At the end of that song there's a rumble to it too. At the end of that song, there's almost like this explosion. It feels like a mushroom cloud. So insane. Such an insane song. So crazy it was freaking recorded. I love the lyrics too. Uh, you told you European son, you spit on those under 21. So cool. You better sing so long. Hey, bye bye bye. Super cool. Something green, something green. I don't know. Um, Brilliant song, super underrated. And that's the end of the album. Um, I wanted to talk about Delmore Schwartz. He is a huge inspiration for Lou Reed's writing. I have this book, In Dreams Begin Responsibilities, and other short stories. I really like The World is a Wedding um, off this. The human condition, character development indirectly is all over this. Personality is huge. People are very important, and experiences and culture are also very important in Delmore Schwartz's writing. And you can tell that in a lot of Lou Reed's songwriting. But I just thought I'd shout him out. I haven't finished it. I started reading it a long time ago. It's a bunch of short stories, though, so it's not a thorough, like, read. But yeah, I liked The World is a Wedding, and I also liked the first short story. If I can find it, the title story, "In Dreams Begin Responsibilities," talking of a husband and a wife. I don't think they're married. Oh, they were married. They were married, and they are distancing themselves. Anyways, that's the end. That's the end. Um, I'll show off the disc. Um, yeah, verve pressing, very cool. But yeah, that's your hearing homework. I'd be surprised if you haven't heard this already, to be honest. But if you haven't, you should get on that. Um, anyways, I'm Charlie. Thanks for watching.